We're going to be mocking the interview. Okay. So Chris is interviewing for this company. I'm going to ask some questions about being a setter for that company. And also, Chris, do they do like DMs or Messenger, or how do they reach people? Is it cold leads, warm leads, hot leads? Like, what's up
Yeah,
with that?
again, since I haven't, that's what I was going to talk to them about. Mostly, like answer a lot of the questions. That's something that I didn't go over yet.
Okay.
But I believe it was through ads, and then I had to message them
Oh gosh.
and like
Okay. So
reach out. Yeah,
they do their own lead generation, right, to get you names and numbers and phone numbers or whatever. And then your job is to contact those people and see if they're interested, right? Qualify them the whole nine, and then set them for a closer to close. Does that sound about right?
yeah, I believe so.
Okay, yeah, and I got that you don't know everything, so it's all good.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, all right. So let's just start it off. So I'll be the interviewer. You're gonna be yourself. Okay, so just do however you would do it normally, and we'll go from there.
Okay, sounds good.
Cool. So you got the easy job. I'm doing all the work. All right, here we go. All right, so all right. Well, thanks, Chris, for showing up today. My name is Alex. I work here for Hypnotherapy Incorporated, making this up. And, we're looking to have you on as one of our potential appointment setters. We're looking to expand our company. And one thing we realized is that, we have been mostly doing lead generation through ads, through like Facebook and YouTube and Google and things like that. But what we found is that, we're not getting good results. Like, we're not getting a lot of good conversions. We're not converting those people. We're not able to, you know, like we just are not closing deals, right? Essentially. And what we discovered after discussing with our team is that we've been doing it in a more so automated like operation, right? So like we've been emailing them, we've been sending them content, like very hands off, if you know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the purpose of this call with you right now is that we discovered that we need to hire actual human beings, right, to contact these people, to actually speak to them, pre-qualify them, make sure they're interested, find out like why they want to do this, if they could afford it, the whole nine, through mechanisms like phone calls, Facebook messages, like we have leads gen sources from a lot of places, but we need someone to really, as a human being, connect them, reach out to them, connect to them, build a relationship, see if it's a good fit, the whole nine. So that's really what we're looking for right now, is that kind of a person. Okay. Just to create the context with you of this interview. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right. So I'm just going to go over now what you're going to be like doing, and more so what's going to, what's kind of required of you. So before I go over that, what experience do you have right now in the appointment setting world? Have you worked for another company before, or what's your experience in it right now?
At the moment, I haven't worked for anybody, and this will be a first, but I've been researching and experimenting, doing a lot of mock calls and learning the space. And I feel like um, that's why I'm taking this opportunity as a setter rather than a closer, because there's much less that's required for setting than it closing. But I have a lot of skills that I believe that you would benefit from having me as a setter.
Okay. So what kind of skills are you talking about? Do you have anything that would benefit you in this job?
Well, I'm from the US. I know this is a UK-based company. So while you're asleep in the UK or while it's later over there, I can benefit the company by getting the US customers in. I'm bilingual, as well as I'm a younger person, so I know social media more and how to get in that like space, I guess. I know a lot more than someone who would be older. Um, as well as my communication skills are pretty good.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so most of our how are you on the phone though with people? Like how have you ever done phone sales at all, or talked to people on the phone before?
No, everything I've done has been through messages.
Okay, so you don't have any experience in talking to people over the phone or maybe over Zoom, right?
No.
Okay. So if this position required that, you may need some training with that, right? And like some experience, right? To get good at that.
Yes.
Would that be something you'd be open to doing?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So mostly the job is going to be DMs, right? Through Messenger, email, and things like that. So you don't have to worry too much about being personable with people, like, talking to them and hearing their voice and things like that. That is something we are looking to pivot into ultimately, because that's the most effective way to sell, right? Is to
Yeah,
talk
for
to
sure.
actual human beings so they can talk to you like, and make that connection, like the human connection. So that is definitely a skill set you're going to have to develop. we don't do any training here with that though, so that could be an issue for you. Do you have any other way you could practice that on your own?
Yeah, I have people that I can definitely work with that with, and as well as, like I said, I'm still like learning and I'm open to learning. So I'm still in the process of figuring all of it out. So every day, I still spend time on YouTube and just talking to other people who are in the space. I have a lot of people who I know who are in the space who are
Yeah.
knowledgeable and are
Okay.
willing to give me that lend me a hand.
Okay. So what exactly would you be doing? Like, let's say, for example, after this call, like, I'm interested. I'm thinking about hiring you, but I'm not sure yet. But I feel like you need some practice and training with talking to people on the phone. Like, what would you do right now to make that happen?
Like how would I work towards that?
Exactly. Yeah.
I could hop on mock calls with some of those people that I previously mentioned.
Okay. And what would you guys do on those calls?
I just try to do mock, like practice a customer sale.
Okay. So you would practice sales and things like that, right? Okay.
Yes.
So you'd be practicing. I mean, are these people any good at all? Like, are they talented at their job or?
Yeah. So the person that I am directly working with, he's been doing this for years and he understands the space a lot. And he's someone that I know that I can trust.
Okay, so you have someone who's relatively experienced in
Yeah.
selling right now over the phone,
Someone
someone that
who's
can kinda help you kinda learn the lingo a little bit behind it. Is that kind
yeah,
of what you're
someone
saying?
who's yeah, pretty much mentoring me right now.
Oh, okay, cool, very cool. Is this guy a setter or a closer or?
He's done both, but he's mainly at the moment doing closing.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and that's good, right? Because ultimately that's what you could be doing too. Even though
Yeah,
this is a setter job, closers make more money, obviously. So if you're looking to make more income down the road, that could be something you want to look into, right?
for sure.
Cool. Okay, no problem. Let's see. Yeah, so pretty much the way the job works, we'll be giving you warm leads, leads that we got from different sources of people that have shown an interest in buying this product. Okay. So we've already marketed to them. They've already watched a video about it and they've said that they want more information, right? They want to be contacted. So they're going to be expecting your call, like not your call, but like your DMs, your messages, whatever. They'll be expecting that already in the beginning, right? I said ultimately we're going to be pivoting over to more of a voice thing, like an actual call, okay? Because just to make it more personable, people,
Yeah,
especially the mental health industry, which is kind of what this is in a sense, like personal development. That's the kind of things they're looking for, right? They're looking for a way to connect with people, especially tell them their problems, right? People don't do hypnotherapy because they're healthy and because their life is fantastic, right? They do it because they're missing something or something isn't working or they're depressed or they're traumatized or traumatized by something, right? So those are
yeah,
the kind of things, and those things are hard to talk about usually impersonally. But over the phone, if they talk to you and they like you and they feel that, you care about them, like people will open up to you and they'll tell you everything, and then you can really see if this will be a good fit or not, right? So your job isn't that hard. Like we'll give you a script. I'll give you some videos to train you on how to go through the script and flow. We'll do a couple of practice calls, things like that, just kind of see how you are, and we'll kind of go from there. It's really like not that hard of a job. The biggest thing is just being consistent and persistent with the clients. Follow ups after the initial contact. You want to make sure you answer all of their questions, which we'll give you some FAQs on, frequently asked questions, for answer all of those. If you ever have any questions about anything because you're not on the phone, you could just reach out to me, right? Whenever you have a question about a call or like a person you're talking to, and I'll get back to you pretty quickly because I'm always on the internet, creating content for us and building the company more. So that's not really a big deal. And that's pretty much it. It's really not a hard thing. The package we're selling is about $4,000. As a setter, you get 15%. So that's $600 for everyone you successfully set to a closer who closes it, and that client pays. So hypothetically, man, you can make as much money as you want. Like if you're working, let's say, we want someone full time. Okay, so that's a requirement we have. So let's say you work 40 hours a week and you're closing, on average, you should be closing one or two a day, right? We'll be giving you enough leads for that. So two a day, man, is $600 to $1,200 a day. So 20 work days a month. What's the math on that? 600 times 20, that's
twelve
$12,000.
thousand.
Jesus Christ, why am I giving money away here? Right? That's how much money you could be making with us, right? And that's a lot of money, man. And there's no limit. If you want to work overtime, like, hey, you're gonna be an independent contractor, right? You're not an employee. I'm paying you commission only. You can work as many hours as you want, and you're responsible for your own time, right? Your lunches, your breaks, you're responsible for all that. We're not. Okay, you'll do that whenever you want. But we do need you to be on the clock 8 hours every day, okay, minimal. And we'll figure out those hours later on, right? Because obviously I'm in the UK, right? You're over in America, we have different hours. So that's going to be a little challenging, perhaps, but it's okay, because what I'll do is I'll just hire a closer who lives in America too. In your time zone, it will make it work, right? And I could do that easily because I'm paying everyone on commission, right? So there's no out of pocket expense for me to hire someone else. Now, just so
Sure.
you know, the closers we pay 25%. So if you set 10 deals for him successfully, let's say in a month, right? That means you'll get $6,000. How much will he get?
Much more.
Yeah, like a lot more, right? 10% more. So, ultimately, if you want to like make more money, then you want to, I don't know how, because we don't train you again, but you want to really master being a setter. And maybe your friend or whatever can help teach you how to be a closer. And eventually, ultimately, man, if I could have you do both closing and setting, like I'll give you 20%. I'll pay you more money, right, to do both.
Yeah.
And this way, what's cool about that is you will now know if you're going to close someone and when you get paid. Like you don't have to rely on someone else now to make you money. So I know it's only a 5% bump, but because you're now in control of your own pay, you're going to be more motivated to work harder, right? Because you're going to make a lot more money. Everyone you close now is $800. So if you close 10 a week, let's say, Jesus, man, that's like what, 32 grand you'll make in a month. And how old are you again?
18.
Yeah. What would 32 grand your first month do for your life right now?
Change it completely.
Yeah, you probably would cry and that would be okay. Okay, cool. So that's everything I have about the job so far. I obviously kind of want to see what you got just in terms of communication. So let's just say I gave you a warm lead right now. Okay. Like I want you to walk me through, and remember that let's just say this is on Messenger. Okay. We'll keep it simple. Like walk me through over the next 7 days. How would you engage with this person to set them? What would you do? What would you say? Like walk me through it as if I'm watching you because I want to see what you're made of right now. Go ahead.
So like you said, I'd be getting those warm leads from you guys. So I would already have some basic information off of them, hopefully. And from there, I would message them, reaching out to them, trying to connect, build a relationship to start off with. I would start off with just with a greeting, friendly greeting, and just introduce myself and who I am, and try and see, try and gain their interest more if they haven't already gotten hooked on it yet. And like you said, in the hypnotherapy, therapeutic kind of field, like you said, it's important to have that relationship. So I would try to make them feel as warm and like greeted and just like secure from the get-go. That way they're comfortable with talking to me. And then from there, I would just go from there and just try to start introducing the packages and everything. And then yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so not bad, right? Obviously, it's obvious to me you're new, right, at this. You don't have a lot of experience. Yeah. So like I said, we'll give you a script. Okay. So you just follow the script in terms of the flow, right? So you'll contact them, and first you want to, introduce yourself first, as you said, right? Then you want to really get to know them. Okay. So you could put business aside for probably the first 5 minutes of the call. After you introduce yourself and while you're like reaching out to them, right? So
Yeah.
you could do something like, hi, my name is, so and so. I'm from this company. You told us you're interested in looking into our product for hypnotherapy. I'm more than welcome to help you out. So first, before we begin, I would love to like get to know you a little bit better to see like, like what exactly you're looking for, what's kind of having you reach out to us, and like what kind of what kind of problem or concern you're having that's having you reach out to us to find you a solution, right? That hypnotherapy could solve. So, I would love to get to know you better and hear more about that, about you and your life and what's going on. So I could really like curtail or, mold what we do to help you specifically. So could you spend a few minutes and do that? Would that be okay?
Like talk like that, like just
Yeah.
what's the word?
Like talk like that to them is what you would tell
Okay.
them.
Yeah, yeah.
right? So that because remember,
That's what I
sales,
meant. Yeah, that's what
yeah,
I
because
meant at the
so
start. Because
being in sales is like you not talking, right? You want them to
yeah,
talk as much as possible. So you want them to essentially sell themselves by them telling you what the problem is. Like, why are they talking to you at all right now? Right? Like there's always a reason for that. And you want to figure out what that is before you move into anything about selling with them. Because they could be someone who says, "Oh, well, oh, that was actually my brother that said yes." Because he has hypnotherapy or he sees he could use this, but he was too scared to, reach out himself or something. But
yeah,
if you assumed it was that person though and trying to sell them already, you see how that could like go against you
yeah,
because it has nothing to do with them. So you want to get curious with them, right? You want to ask them questions, find out like what the need is, what's going on. And then once they tell you everything, then you want to bridge it to what you're selling and how that could help them. Right. And that's how you're kind of going to do it. But like I said, but don't worry though. I'm going to give you a whole script that has the entire flow in there. Okay. So as long as you know how to read English language, you'll be okay.
okay,
All right. And also, I'll also give you a couple of calls that I've done with people and clients the same way. So you can kind of get a feel of the flow and, which will be kind of like your homework to study them and use them for DMing people. Okay. And that'll get you off to a great start. And then, as you're going through your week, I'll be reaching out to you as well to check in, see how you're doing. Obviously, if you're not closing anyone in terms of studying them, I'll reach out to you like pretty quickly. It'll be obvious, right, that nothing's happening. We'll reassess kind of what you're doing and go from there. I definitely, like being a little more hands-on, especially because you're new. But just keep in mind that, I do require like, I mean, this is not really like a beginner job per se, but I am willing to take a chance with you. It sounds like so far because you already have, a good network. You have people that can help you. You sound like you're willing to work for it. And I'm willing to give you a little slack because I'm not paying you anything, right? It's commission based. So if you don't do well, then we just part ways, right? No big deal.
yeah.
Cool. All right. So that's kind of what we do, how the commission works, how the kind of the corporation is. Like I said, it's a pretty small outfit. It's just me and one other person. But we are looking to grow for sure as we do more and more. So you'll have more opportunities down the line to make more money if you want to. And I'll be your direct point of contact. Okay, while you're here. All right. So that's kind of the offer and what I have. More so, for you, like, do you have any questions at all?
Oh yeah, no, but I totally understand what you meant there by the whole, because you want to build a relationship with them first, not come off overly like, oh, buy this, like just trying to make it seem like you don't really care about them. So I understand the first point you made there with the, talk to them like a person for a couple minutes and then let them do all the talking and that, I understand that.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, good. I'm glad you got that. All right. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. So yeah, I'm gonna formally offer you the job right now. And do you accept?
Yeah, definitely would like to accept the offer. There's still some I still just have to learn the packages and everything, but with time I would talk to you a little bit more and I think I would understand it.
Cool. All right. Well, hey, I'm willing to take a chance on you. So let's see what happens. Okay.
Okay, I appreciate that.
Yeah, no worries. All right. So I'm gonna send you some materials. I'll send you the mock calls and everything, and we'll get started. Okay.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, bro. I have to go. I have a call right now in real life. I'll talk to you later.
Okay.